No special event or private party is special until you have the music. Let us take care of your next event so you can just enjoy the evening. Playing all types of music from the 20s to today. We are simply the best. Visit our website or give us a call today.
Samus Aran's story begins on K2L, a colony housing the precious crystal of Pluraltite. Ridley and the space pirates raid the colony for a Pluraltite, destroying everything in the process. Samus' father, Rodney, decides that the only sensible thing to do is to blow up the ship carrying all of the Pluraltite along with himself. Ridley encounters a young Samus, and just before he kills her, Samus' mother sacrifices herself to save her. Chozo, a race of alien birds, discover the orphan Samus and take her to Zebes to raise her because having alien birds for parents isn't creepy or traumatic at all. They infuse her with Chozo DNA and gift her with the power suit to help her endure Zebes conditions. The Chozo elders meet to discuss the threat of X-parasites, an organism that can infect a host, replicate its DNA, and kill the host in the process. The Chozo fear that if revealed to the galaxy, X-parasites might be abused for its power. To combat X-parasites, they engineered the Metroid, a bioweapon meant to prey on X-parasites because fighting a deadly parasite with another deadly parasite was the only solution they could come up with. Ridley and the space pirates raid Zebes for Chozo to get the Metroid. In the process, the Chozo-built supercomputer Mother Brain decides that she's way too smart for her creators and joins Ridley to replace the obsolete Chozo race with the space pirates. But Samus escapes Zebes and so begins Metroid. Have fun.
Since when are they making a new Silent Hill movie?
It's a while ago.
It has Heather in it?
Yeah.
So the three high needles were in the field order one time to eat flowers, but generally the addition output and I didn't think
You're the main character in this one.
he ate monks. The one with only super generally badass, trapped behind the word of terror, and this Diablo with his soul stone, the existence of which will later seem like a terrible idea. They bury him and smack a labyrinth and monastery on top because geez, I mean really, might as well be safe. When as video game lore likely have it, centuries later the imprisonment is weakened and a generally blobby, useless king devours the monastery and makes the cathedral instead. Meanwhile, his royal advisor, embodying the form of many Disney villains before him, frees Diablo from his rusty weakened veil box and allows the possession of the Live King. The Live King, suffering from clogged arteries and demon infection, executes a bunch of people while his son is swallowed away to also be possessed by the Lord of Terror. Other general madness ensues. The advisor has an extreme lapse of judgment and leads the entire town to their deaths in the catacombs. The villain king is defeated by the captain of his army, only to return as a skeleton king because why not? And now you, gentle tortured soul, wishing to avenge your family, hit the scene and have so much excitement and enjoyment before you that you can barely contain yourself. Have fun.
You watch the trailer for it?
What?
Did you watch the trailer for it?
No.
You should.
Okay.
Embarking on the Great Crusade to reunite all of mankind's lost colonies. He did this by creating 20 legions of post-human genetically engineered badasses known as Space Marines, each with an even more ridiculously OP Primarch to lead them. But unfortunately, the four gods of chaos weren't really into that sort of thing, intervened and scattered the Primarchs across the universe while still in their infancy. Rather annoyed by this, the Emperor led the legions across the galaxy, reclaiming, subjugating, or annihilating every world they could find, gradually picking up the lost Primarchs along the way. Eventually, the Emperor decided there were more important things to do and returned from his career of galaxy plundering to go and muck about with ancient science back on Earth, leaving his favorite Primarch Horus in command of the Crusade.
What?
What is that?
It's the lore of Warhammer 40k. In 1 minute.
Alrighty then.
Well, it's a minute and 30 seconds, but...
All was going well until the Chaos-tainted chaplain Erebus engineered a plot in which Horus would also fall to chaos. Already suffering from some pretty serious daddy issues, Horus gathered half the Space Marine Legion's suicide and set about waging civil war against the Emperor. This conflict will be known as the Horus Heresy and culminates in a massive invasion of Earth. The Emperor, knowing his forces were outnumbered and on the verge of losing the battle, teleported to Horus' flagship to engage him in mortal combat. But being a sentimental old son, could not bring himself to kill his favorite son. Horus, having no such qualms, beat the snot out of him. Finally, seeing sense, the Emperor killed him with mind bullets and the Loyalists were victorious. Near death, the Emperor was placed in a huge machine known as the Golden Throne, which maintained his psychic essence at the bargain price of the souls of 1,000 unlucky souls every single day. The Imperium fell into a state of technological regression and brutal dictatorship for 10,000 years. Has been under siege from all sides by every single dynasty in the universe can throw it in. Basically, life sucks. There's only war and you're probably going to get eaten by Tyranids. Have fun.
Moses, come here.
Hold on, let me get my character to safe place. It's in the letter.
Really? Elder Scrolls in 1 minute? Halo Reach in 1 minute. Mass Effect in 1 minute. Tomb Raider. Watching, because we missed like 10 seconds. We missed
Our story begins with the godlike being of immense power known only as the Emperor, uniting the warring factions of Earth and embarking on the Great Crusade to reunite all of mankind's lost colonies. He did this by creating 20 legions of post-human genetically engineered badasses known as Space Marines, each with an even more ridiculously OP Primarch to lead them. But unfortunately, the four gods of chaos weren't really into that sort of thing, intervened and scattered the Primarchs across the universe while still in their infancy. Rather annoyed by this, the Emperor led the legions across the galaxy, reclaiming, subjugating, or annihilating every world they could find, gradually picking up the lost Primarchs along the way. Eventually, the Emperor decided there were more important things to do and retired from his career of galaxy plundering to go and muck about with ancient science back on Earth, leaving his favourite Primarch Horus in command of the Crusade. All was going well until the chaos-tainted chaplain Erebus engineered a plot in which Horus would also fall to chaos. Already suffering from some pretty serious daddy issues, Horus gathered half the Space Marine Legion suicide and set about waging civil war against the Emperor. This conflict would be known as the Horus Heresy and culminated in a massive invasion of Earth. The Emperor, knowing his forces were outnumbered and on the verge of losing the battle, teleported to Horus's flagship to engage him in mortal combat. But being a sentimental old son, could not bring himself to kill his favourite son. Horus, having no such qualms, beat the snot out of him. Finally, seeing sense, the Emperor killed him with mind bullets and the Loyalists were victorious. Near death, the Emperor was placed in a huge machine known as the Golden Throne, which maintained his psychic essence at the bargain price of the souls of 1,000 unlucky souls every single day. The Imperium fell into a state of technological regression and brutal dictatorship for 10,000 years, has been under siege from all sides by every single dynasty the universe can throw in it. Basically, life sucks. There's only war when you're probably going to get eaten by Tyranids. Have fun.
By every race the universe has ever known.
This is funny, like, it's like more.
200,000 years ago, the foreigners were an advanced species, ruling the universe with their elite skills and fancy weapons. They came a nasty parasite known as the Flood, which started infecting and possessing all sentient beings in its path, making them mad ugly. With the Flood consuming entire planets and being generally annoying, the foreigners decided they had no option but to build gigantic WMPs called halos. In 100,000 BC, these halos were fired for the first and only time, effectively killing all sentient life and starving the Flood for the win. Fast forward 100,500 years, humans have colonized space but are engaged in a civil war. Earth's United Nations Space Command starts killing little children and training them into Spartan super soldiers to counter the insurrection. On February 3rd, 2525, humans meet the Covenant, a collection of religious aliens who worship the foreigners and think firing the halos will send them to heaven. Clearly they didn't get the memo. Anyway, they declare the humans a threat to their great journey and begin destroying buttloads of human planets. The Spartan super babies from earlier grow up and kicks and Covenant ass, but the humans are still outnumbered, outgunned, and are getting massacred. By 2552, the Office of Naval Intelligence thinks we're all going to die, so they initiate Operation Red Flag and send all Spartans to reach for capture of a Covenant vessel to find the alien homeworld and steal their leader. But first, the Covenant find Reach and send thousands of ships destroyed. The Battle of Reach begins. Have fun!
Lopez Lamont started running when he was 6, and he didn't stop for 3 days.
Once upon a time in the mystical land of Tamriel, the benevolent ruler of Cyril, Emperor Uriel Septim VII, is secretly usurped and banished to oblivion by none other than Jakar, the king's most trusted advisor. However, our hero is able to oust Jakar by traipsing throughout the provinces of Tamriel and gathering pieces of the mystical MacGuffin staff, which is never heard about or seen again despite all the BS. Years later, a new hero is hired by Uriel Septim to sell Daggerfall and investigate numerous mysterious goings-on. Once arrived, Sir or Madam Hero discovers a plot to reactivate a humongous fancy mecha. After deciding who gets control for Optimus, in the end it turns out all possible endings are canon, except for the one when Romek goes berserk and Koopa stomps the whole Tamriel. A few more years later, a disease known as the Plague is sweeping across the northeastern province of Morrowind. Papa Uriel, using the same kind of ingenious logic he used when he appointed his Grand Vizier, chooses to send a convicted criminal to solve the problem. Shockingly enough, though, the criminal hero manages to stop the Plague Kratos style by killing the local evil god. High fives all around. Funnily enough, this wouldn't be the last time someone's released from prison to save the day. But this time, old Uriel was assassinated by a cult that pulled its name straight out of the emo poetry of a high school girl. Fortunately, our hero, with the aid of Martin Septim, is able to stop the invasion and save Tamriel from certain ruination. Of course, now it's time for the new Elder Scrolls game, and it's the doomiest one yet. Alduin, the Nordic aspect of Akatosh, the Dragon God of Time, has returned to destroy the current riffraff and begin a new dragon-filled world. However, our latest hero is the last of the Dragonborn, a person born with the soul of a dragon, who might be able to save the day by defeating the God of Time and his army of gigantic, evil dragon spirits whose entire town is much larger than you on a regular basis. Have fun. Oh, and if you're wondering why the Elder Scrolls are significant, they kind of aren't.
Go to the bar one. It's very spot. There'll be somewhere in here.
In the year 2214, a government contracted team of researchers led by Randall Altman discovers an alien artifact in Mexico known as the Black Marker.